days, Fried and his co-conspirators reportedly drove around in the expensive sports cars typical of crypto bros. According to evidence presented during his trial, SBF would later sell the cars and advise other executives at FTX and Alameda to do the same because it didn't fit with the image of the company that they were trying to present to customers and investors. SBF's shitty Toyota Corolla that paid influencers made such a big deal of was about as authentic as the company's internal accounting department. The car, the haircut, the wrinkled haircut were more carefully managed than customer funds. The group did this because they knew that the image of a boy genius that didn't care about luxuries or power would be appealing to people looking for an honest place to keep their funds. SBF and the rest of the gang were all frauds, but putting a lot of effort into crafting a folksy image is done by most prominent business leaders for three simple reasons that are mostly bullshit. If you know these strategies, you will be able to see through what is little more than personal marketing. The first reason that they do this is because even if they aren't running a fraud, acting like an everyman still gets people to give them what they want. Stealth wealth is when rich people buy products that are of high quality but does not flaunt their wealth. They do this because they don't want the attention and problems that come along with people knowing that they are rich. Billionaires doing a Bloomberg or Nas Daily interviews featuring their basic car and geeky wardrobe is not the same thing as stealth wealth. Instead of hiding their financial means, these people are just trying to show off as loudly as possible that they don't care about their money, or that their money hasn't changed them. It's not stealth wealth, so let's call it poverty peacocking, and it's a great move for their personal brand and any companies they represent. Humble CEOs are the new fashion. The world's biggest companies are run by men who wear hoodies and turtlenecks instead of tailored suits, and other business leaders are trying to emulate that trend because investors like it. If business leaders very publicly give up flashy luxuries, it also sends the message that they will be frugal running their business, and the data actually backs this up.
What role has luck played in your success?
Well, there's luck enters into everybody's life.
According to a study conducted by the National Bureau of Economic Research, in 2012, CEOs and CFOs who were not frugal in their own spending were more likely to have instances of insiders perpetuating fraud and were more likely to push equity-based incentives to increase their own income. The study separated personally frugal and flashy executives by looking for purchases like a personal car that was worth over $75,000 or a boat that was over 25 feet. Billionaires and executives didn't actually want to give up their luxuries, so they just started lying about it. Buffett does own an old beat-up car, but he is usually driven around in a fleet of Suburbans with a security team. Zuckerberg wears the same gray shirt every day, but they are custom-made by Brunello Cucinelli. Musk does rent a tiny home next to the SpaceX factory, but the Wall Street Journal pointed out that he spends most of his time in an 8,000 square foot $12 million mansion, and